Okay, hey everyone, it's Tim. I'm giving you a video blog because life right now is so GD full that it's going to be impossible for me to write about the things that have been going on here. I'm here basically in the kitchenette of the empty condo I've been staying in, and as promised via my status messages, I'll tell you about seeing the Germs last night. Yeah, I was pretty well fucking beat last night. Yesterday was a very full day. As they all have been since I started running pretty much since March, trying to get out of here. But I did my last stage management gig for Margaret Moser's wonderful Next Up showcase of under 18 bands, and it's a concept I'm definitely going to try to bring to Tucson once I get there and get a little bit established there. But I initially had no tickets or anything to go see the Germs, nor any energy, and I kind of moaned about it, as some of you know, through my status messages. Well, I had a few people volunteering to try to get me there, and well, my good brother Brian S. Curley, thanks Brian, said, come on, I'll pick you up and I'll take you down there. And it ended up Brian didn't even have to buy my ticket. Somebody handed me one just as we were coming up to the door. I mean, that's as crazy as when I went to see the Stones a while back. Oh, hang on a second. But, anyway, the Germs, for those of you who are expecting me to take the politically correct punk rock line and completely bash this reunion, I'm not. I thought I had a great time last night. I don't think this is like, the Dead Kennedys touring without Jello Biafra, or the Misfits without, Glenn Danzig. Yeah, definitely Darby was the conceptual mastermind behind the whole thing, and it's a different thing without him, but this is just as relevant. And, it's probably as close as you're going to get to the actual Germs experience nowadays, but with a difference. I've talked to people who saw the Germs in the day, and yes, it was a chaotic mess, but it was a very evil, very heavy, menacing vibe going on. Yes, that's gone this time around, but you know what? I don't care. I'm 43 years old, and quite frankly, I've had enough darkness to last me a while. This was a playful sort of chaos, and it was definitely helped along by the fact that Don Bowles is almost as much the front man as Shane West, or Shanye West, as he kept calling him. I mean, Don has a mic the whole night, and he's just throwing out one-liners all night long. It's the Don Bowles comedy hour for the most part. Don's up, it was really funny. He kept saying things like, "This is a song from Germicide. I'm sorry we can't play it like that record," meaning that they're actually going to do it competently. And yeah, the band is tight as hell. Lorna is up there just looking radiant, smiling the whole time, genuinely pleased to be there. Pat Smear is Pat Smear. He's up there in pajamas. Yeah, I remember the Boomtown Rats too. And playing his Hagstrom suite, getting beautiful tone, and just playing masterful guitar. Except whenever he goes out of tune, and hey, that he went out of tune a lot back in the day. It's less so now. They play it musically. You can't fault them. They were powerful, tight as hell. Never knew Don Bowles did double bass drums. I can't even remember that from with the scant video footage that I've seen. Maybe it was the case back in the day, and I just my bad memory can't process it. And Shane West, well, no, he's not Darby Crash. Stop expecting him to be. He's a very good frontman, though, and there's enough elements of Darby there that it's fine. Yes, much like Mr. Crash, Mr. Bean, Mr. Pin, however you want to refer to the old singer, Shane does get trashed, but not to the point where he can't perform. It's funny, I had one of the Germs Inner Circle people inform me that, yeah, back in the day, it wouldn't be because, I mean, even though it was great, because, you know, they never could get Darby to sing on mic. Well, Shane does hit the mic a lot more than Darby did, but still, I mean, he does seem to have some problems with it at times. But, you know, there's just this whole element. I mean, I was there with Brian. Brian saw the Germs at the Whiskey in '78 when he was on his honeymoon, and he told me, yeah, the Germs were like the only band he'd seen outside of Austin that had that element, like the Dicks and the Big Boys, where everything was completely going to fall apart and you didn't know what was going to happen next. And yeah, that was kind of the way it was last night. It ended up that Pat didn't play the last 15 minutes. He walked off. He felt he'd done his job, and they got the guitar player from the Crumb Bums up there with him. You know, and it was hilarious because, you know, as Don cracked at one point, they might have just met the first guitar player in all of Austin who couldn't play a blues progression. The guy did not handle shut down very well as a result. But otherwise, I mean, he did a pretty admirable job, and, you know, it was fun. It was just fun. It was chaotic. It was wildly entertaining. I thought it was beautiful. I enjoyed it. More power to the Germs for, you know, for getting it back together again and letting us see this wonderful, beautiful thing that they are. You know, and I'm especially grateful, you know, that I got to see them on my next to last night in Austin. It's funny because when I left New York, last show I got to see was the Napalm Stars playing our final ever gig with the real kids at CBGB's. My next to last night in Las Vegas, I got to see my pals, the Buzzcocks, again. And now I get to see the Germs as I get out of here. Maybe every time I move, I'm going to get to see some classic punk band, huh? Anyway, yeah, it was one of the most entertaining, hilarious shows that I have been to since, you know, in my concert-going career. And thank you, the Germs. Thanks to all of you for watching this. I've got a lot to do. It's time for me to eat breakfast. So I'll let you go for now. Ciao!